wanna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we
are doing much Christmassy holiday cheer stuff this evening. We are with our friends Karen and Bill. They're the ones we went camping with, and they're just like really good friends. They're almost, well, no, I call them family actually. So all the kids are doing, what are you guys doing?
Gingerbread houses.
Okay, so I have to show you, Kenya has a new look.
I got my hair done and I am loving it.
So everybody, let us know what you think of Kenya's do. We've got, of course, Gabby. These are the ones that we did the pumpkins with. Gabby is letting her house dry because we've had some construction problems with it.
A lot.
The foundation's a mess.
Kenya looks like she's working.
I'm gonna
here.
glue the door on.
Lincoln, what's your scheme over here, buddy? Your scheme. What's your
Lampoon's
theme?
Family Christmas Vacation.
What is it?
Lampoon's Family Christmas
Oh my
Vacation.
God.
Nice.
Alexander.
He's going. Okay, and Alex, what do we got here?
A house that's like highly decorated with color lights.
Ooh, this is
So-
like professional over here.
So I have the reef, and it's also light on the back.
Uh-huh. So it's all the way around type thing here. Lincoln is getting ready to do the other side of his roof. Poor Gabby over here, we're just waiting for the foundation to dry. We've had to reconstruct several times.
I'm doing a Halloween theme.
Awesome. Kenya, you're working good?
I'm not revealing my theme until later.
So just to let everybody know, I'm gonna give away your secret. Kenya actually has a wig on, and it's fun because when she wants to have a different haircut, she can have it, but yet she can still do her own thing.
And it won't take years for me to grow it out again.
Yep.
Merry Christmas!
I have waited my entire life to meet the abominable snowman, and now I finally have. And I want to have my picture with the abominable snowman.
You look like a bald squirrel.
Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today I thought it would be nice to come in the kitchen and make a recipe that I've been actually wondering about and have Luke and the kids try and see what they think. Something we have tried to do this year is to incorporate a few more of the Christmas traditions that we learn about throughout the year, and I like to do a little bit more research on them. And today we are making sugar plums. I did a little bit of searching on the internet to find the history of sugar plums and where they came from, and what I really came up with, just to sum it all up, is sugar plums were referred to in like the 15th and 16th century as how they used to boil fruit and then let it set out and dry, and they considered that a sweet treat way back then. And then of course we all have heard the term sugar plums used in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and then the famous Nutcracker ballet when you have the sugar plum fairies. I found a few recipes online for a traditional sugar plum, how to make it, and they're actually a little bit healthier than what I thought. A lot of stores and places make their own version, and it's actually a candy that they make. But today I found a recipe that I had all of the ingredients for in our kitchen, and that's the one we're gonna do today. So let me show you what our ingredients are and how we start off. You have a 1/2 cup pitted dates, a 1/2 cup toasted walnuts, a 1/4 cup dried cranberries, a 1/4 cup finely diced prunes, and then a 1/4 cup of toasted hazelnuts, 2 tablespoons cherry preserves, a 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon ground cloves, and then a 1/2 cup of sugar. And don't worry, we're not pouring this whole thing in the recipe. After you get all your ingredients put together, the next steps are so easy. And this is what I loved the more I researched this recipe, was how simple it really was. So I thought it would be a good idea to share with you, and if that is something you would like to do with your family, on Christmas Eve to make sugar plums and read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, that would be a fun family activity to do. So what we're gonna do is take our dates, prunes, cranberries, hazelnuts, and walnuts, and we're gonna put them all in a food processor and pulse them a few times. Something I totally loved when I was researching this recipe, like I said, is how simple it is, and you don't even have to turn an oven on. This would be a great one for young families to do if you're not wanting to do a lot of oven baking and still do something fun for the holidays. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our lid on. And now we're just gonna pulse a couple of times until everything is pretty well blended. I obviously am doing it more than a couple of times like the recipe said. They just say you want to make sure everything is mixed up and that the nuts that we added in there are in smaller pieces. Now we are ready to add the rest of our ingredients, which is the cherry preserves and the cinnamon and ground cloves. Once we add the last 3 ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and roll the mixture into balls and then roll them in the sugar just so they're lightly covered with sugar, and then you can place them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. And before I add the last few ingredients, let me show you guys really quick the texture that you're wanting to look for. Hopefully you guys can all see that. And let's keep going here. So we've got the cherry preserves that I'm putting in right now. A half teaspoon of that cinnamon. And an 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. Some of the other recipes that I looked at actually called for fennel and anise as well, but like I said, I chose the one that I had everything available already in my pantry, so I wasn't having to go out and get more ingredients. We're gonna get our lid back on and mix it up now. We want to just make sure that everything has been mixed evenly. You've got those spices mixed. I don't cook perfectly, I drop things sometimes, but just make sure that we have things distributed evenly in your recipe so we can go ahead and form them into round balls. So this is what this is going to look like now after everything is mixed in. So let's see how these hold together. So we're gonna go ahead, and really rolling them doesn't work. They have a tendency to kind of flatten out. So this is what we're going for. And before I place them on the cookie sheet, I'm gonna go ahead and take my sugar and we're just gonna roll them around in the sugar to coat them. And that is how simple this recipe is, guys. And now I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get the entire mixture on our cookie sheet. So I know that this is gonna be a new family tradition for us this year. We do usually on Christmas Eve read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but we also read the Christmas story out of the Bible. Why don't you guys go ahead and list down below any Christmas Eve traditions that you have in your family. I would love to hear about those. So I've got another one done. So simple, and it's fun. I think it would be fun for the little ones to be able to roll it in the sugar and get them coated. All right, I've got through my dried fruit mixture. I've got them all made, and this is what it looks like. I am really excited to see what Luke and the kids have to say about these. I'm gonna get video of them trying these and to see what their opinions are as well. All right, I called you guys down here.
Why are we here? Are we in trouble?
This is a meeting of the minds. No, I'm kidding.
What did I do?
What did I do? You know you did something. You have that guilty look on your face.
So you guys remember when we were in the camper and I did the whole history lesson on the Christmas carols?
Yes.
And then when we did the eggnog, I tried to look up information on eggnog.
Yes.
Well, I found another Christmas treat I thought maybe to do some research into. I know, always learning. And it was sugar plums.
Okay.
When you guys think of sugar plums, what do you guys think? Like, what do you think they should look like? How do you think they came about? I don't know.
think of the fruit, the plum with a bunch of sugar sprinkled on top of it.
Okay. And where did you get that idea?
Just from like the poem, I guess.
I think of like candied fruit. Like it's really sweet candied fruit.
I'm with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
I've never seen what they look like.
I picture a beautiful fruit sparkling with sugar all over it, like
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
sugar baked into it.
All
or
right.
something.
Lincoln, what stories have you heard sugar plums mentioned in?
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Okay. Any other stories around Christmas time that you guys think of?
Not that I know for that one. I feel like sugar plums.
Anybody seen the Nutcracker Ballet and Dance of the...
Sugar plum fairy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then there's one more book, actually, that was read to me. We had this book in our house. It was called The Sugar Plum Tree. And I
okay.
loved it. It was really cool. So I looked it up and I found a recipe for sugar plums.
Okay.
And this is what a traditional sugar plum recipe looks like.
Wow. They look like
They smell good.
When do we get to eat?
they are coated in sugar just like you'd expected.
You guys want to try one?
Sure.
And tell everybody, if you had to explain to them what they taste like.
Mmm.
Very sugary, with nuts and spiced fruits.
Uh-huh.
Spicy.
Yes.
I like spices.
Yes.
Not like spicy hot.
Yeah.
They're good.
They were really easy to
It tastes
make.
like an old-fashioned Christmas dessert would taste like.
Yes.
Like something in the farm days or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
It tastes almost like a spice cake.
Mm-hmm.
it's really good. Do you guys think it has Christmas taste? Is it a holiday
It
taste?
tastes just like a ball of Christmas.
Okay. Well, they were super easy to make. Lincoln, they're allergy friendly for you.
No.
All right.
Those are good. You eating another one?
So you guys want to go read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas now?
Sure.
Oh, we need to save some. You can have another one, but we need to save some for Santa. Luke, these are going into the mix
I might
of all
actually
the
eat another one.
Christmas cookies that I've been trying to make for you.
These are so good.
I'm glad you guys like them, and they are relatively healthy. So the only like white sugar they have them is just what I rolled it in. That's it. Everything else is fruit inside of it, dried fruit. It's got prunes, dates, cranberries, toasted walnuts, and toasted hazelnuts, cinnamon, and cloves. And
They're
Maui
good.
sounds
Did you have
like
one?
he wants one. I haven't had one yet.
Try one.
No, I'll try one. Sorry, I'm getting my hand in the camera here. It's something that you would have old-fashioned, right?
That's how dessert was before they did a lot of baking and, well,
Well,
what's the difference?
they even said they
There's
had
no flour in here, right?
None. And so they said that it really started to come out like this in the 15th and 16th centuries.
Wow. I like all the very traditional, old-fashioned type desserts, and especially
Sometimes-
Christmas time.
We should try figgy pudding.
A friend of mine at work has a sign on his desk that says, "That's a hard pass on the figgy pudding."
Oh, he does? Huh.
So I've only tried this once, and
Fruitcake.
it was a Walmart version. I want some traditional fruitcake.
Oh, that would be fun.
I
Yeah.
think I'll stick to the figgy pudding.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for being my guinea pigs.
Thank you. Bring on all the other cookies now.
Yeah, the puppy chow and the dairy-free Christmas cookies.
I hope you enjoyed this extremely simple holiday recipe and try it with your families at home and make it one of your new traditions. To also make this episode even more fun, we have a special treat for you where Kenya and Lincoln are going to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." So if you or any little ones that you might have around would like to sit down with their books that you have and read through this wonderful Christmas classic, go grab your books and let's go read with Kenya and Lincoln.
The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear?
But a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle moment to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. And don't forget to set those milk and cookies out for Santa Claus when he comes by on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.